You know, being an author, particularly in the science fiction and fantasy space, usually makes me happy. There are a lot of amazing writers and readers, people who genuinely love the genres and are passionate about all of it. Then there are the days where I feel like I'm a member of the worst construction crew in history, where we can't even go one day without some kind of a disaster.
Why are you the way that you are?
Some days, I open up social media, and even before I read the first tweet, I'm bracing myself for something aggravating, annoying, or just gross. So let's start there, and we'll end on some good news. Best-selling author J.D. Barker is under intense pressure as is alleged that several women creators in the book community received an email from him saying that he would pay them to promote his book using sexually suggestive imagery. They were asked to pose in the nude with only copies of his books covering them up. As you would expect, the story went viral and was even picked up by the mainstream media. Barker was quick to deny the story and various press releases were posted. I'll read a snippet from one of them, which said, "The message you received from my account was not issued by me, nor was it approved by me. It was sent by one of the many PR firms I hired to promote my latest title," end quote. He went on to say, "We are working with influencers on multiple social media campaigns, and while some of those influencers have suggested racier posts to tie in with the theme of the book, this is not the heart of the campaign." Later in the statement he added, "Ultimately, this is on me. I should not have allowed an outside firm access to my email account." He also said, "I'm horrified such a message was released, and I deeply regret the hurt I've caused to those who received it. I have nothing but respect for the writing community and the people who champion it, and have let all of you down." Of course, this isn't the first time something like this has happened, but it does seem like these kind of mistakes are cropping up more and more often. Booktok has had a huge impact on publishing, as some books have gone viral and sold enormous quantities following big campaigns, and it seems as if some authors are trying to do whatever they can to piggyback on the success of this latest wave. While it seems that this story has come to a close, I suspect there will be others like it in no time. So, on to the second piece of news, the Hugo Awards. These are the annual SFF Awards for books as part of the World Science Fiction Society. They've been around since the 1950s, and the winners were announced in October at Worldcon, which is held in Chengdu, China. After the awards were given out, the committee releases the voting statistics in the hope of being transparent about who won. However, this year there were a number of peculiarities, as several works of fiction were marked as ineligible, even though they had initially been nominated. One of those was by R.F. Kuang, and another one was by Ziran J. Zhao. Her work was also marked as ineligible. A third one was an episode of Sandman by Neil Gaiman. There were other peculiar exclusions from various categories. When some of those people marked as ineligible asked the organisers why, Hugo administrator Dave McCarty responded to requests on Facebook, which initially started out as normal but quickly devolved into rude, defensive, and at times mocking people's intelligence. He wrote things like, "Clearly you can't understand plain English in our constitution," and asked and answered, "Are you slow?" when people asked him for more information. When Neil Gaiman asked, "Is there anyone who could actually explain why Sandman episode 6 was ineligible?" he received an answer from Dave McCarty that was dismissive, so he asked again, "Can you explain why?" Eventually, Dave just resorted to saying, "Because this is the statement the Hugo administration team agreed to after long and considered deliberation." Neil Gaiman went on to talk about his long history with the Hugos, wins and losses, and how never once did he question the voting process as he thought it was fair. Now, everyone is beginning to wonder. So what is this actually all about though? What people are suggesting might just possibly have happened, but this is pure speculation of course and is just a loose theory, is that because certain individuals have been outspoken against the Chinese government, they interfered in the voting process and decided that certain works of fiction were ineligible. But this is just pure speculation. Yesterday, SFF writer John Scalzi linked to an article posted by Glasgow Worldcon 2024 organisers, who in August this year will be hosting the Hugo Awards. They released a press release announcing that the nomination process was open and as part of it, they have included the following paragraph. The Hugo Awards are fan-run, fan-given, and fan-supported. We encourage all eligible members to nominate whatever works and creators you have personally read or seen that were your favourites from 2023. The works and creators with sufficient nominations will move on to the final ballot for the 2024 Hugo Awards, which will be announced later this year after the close of nominations. At that time, we'll also publish the reasons for any disqualifications of potential finalists and any withdrawals of potential finalists from the ballot. Hopefully this means going forward there will be more transparency and less alleged interference from outside sources attempting to control the narrative of the awards. I sincerely hope that happens, but as proven from past experiences, as this is not the first time there's been a kerfuffle about the Hugo Awards, it's a case of watch this space. So if you are attending Worldcon this year and you have bought your ticket, then you are now eligible to nominate books and creators for the 2024 Hugo Awards. So let's see what happens and watch this space for news of the outcome later in the year.